It's al-Orq time! Hello, and welcome back yet again to Crusader Kings III, as we play as the al-Orq Dynasty. I just want to take a moment to thank every single one of you who have stuck it out this far, to all the way here to episode 19. I know that, after a long enough time, views overall just kind of start to fall off. That is the nature of doing Let's Play content. And so, for those of you that have stuck around to this point and will continue to keep watching, y'all the real ones, and I really appreciate you. Anyone else here in the future that is able to get to this point, I give you the same thanks nonetheless. All the same, as what I meant to say there. Alright, so in the last episode, we've further expanded our territory, and we're looking quite large. But not only have we expanded our territory, so have our, well, so-called allies here in the Seljuks. So Mahmud, I think he's getting a little too big for his britches and needs to be taken down a peg. So we started a murder plot against him at the very, very end of the episode. And as you can see here, I've assigned as many agents that are willing to join as possible. So we're at a 95% chance of success. We've already got 3 advantages here, but we will have to wait a while because he does have this redouble guards debuff that's making it a little bit harder for us to pull off that job. So in the meantime, as we've seen, further expansion is going to be a little bit limited. I am not willing to take the prestige or piety penalties for declaring wars that you technically can't afford. So I think for now, we just let a lot of time pass and allow this murder plot to go underway. I also did set up some people to be released from prison. I got some money from this guy, got a couple hooks, and from that, I wanted to get a hook from this dude because I saw he had a little bit of gold, and that was going to be the only way I'd make some money off of him. As far as our other prisoners, we just have our former adversary's wife here, and I think we're going to hold on to her until he is actually able to afford her ransom. So she'll sit in our prison for a little while. We'll treat her okay. We won't throw in her dungeon or anything. I might be callous, but I'm not sadistic. So, to that end, we're already nearly at 300 gold here, so let's take a look. Is there anything we could do as far as upgrades? So, Calm is still building, so is our capital, and then Kuwar, looks like we could upgrade the Khanats here. So, I think we should do that. Increases our taxes, increases the dev growth, and further dev growth further increases taxes, which then further increases dev growth. It's all a really, really nice cycle there. Alright, and looks like we have a faction that just popped up, and we got a territory back here, probably because someone died. But let's see this. So the Mashriki Zaidi populace, they are not too happy with us. Understandable, considering some of our most recent actions there. What is this? Communication. What luck! My agents have discovered a way into the study where Atabeg Mahmud keeps his drafted letters. All his messages are now mine to read. Okay? So I could say make this a regular thing. Decreases our secrecy, but increases the success chance and decreases the phase length for 5 years. Okay? Otherwise I could say it was a lucky break, nothing more. And that would still increase our base success chance but only by 5% and decrease the phase length time for 2 years rather than 5. So let's go ahead and do the more subtle approach. It was a lucky break, nothing more. I don't really want to press my luck, especially since our target is quite important. Also, something I forgot to mention, I'll read this event in just a second, something I didn't realize until I was looking at it in post-production, in editing, but Mahmud actually has 2 sons here. He's got one son here that's named after him, and then he's got a younger son, Kemal. And so, if he dies, his lands will be severely split up. Because if you can see here, that's not what I meant to click. I meant to go and click on the titles here. So, obviously his eldest will gain the Seljuk title, and then the first few here. But this title here of Merv will go to his second son, second son, first son. So it just kind of gets evenly split between them both. So that's going to cause a lot of chaos in his realm. And considering that they're both children, people are far more likely to rise up against them. So this, I think, is our best opportunity to really kind of swing the balance of power in our favor. Alright, when the time comes, my agents will need a safe escape route. Alright, I think I've seen this before. Should anything, or out of Mahmud's castle, should anything go wrong, a detailed map of the local drylands with all its hidden paths and caves would be an invaluable resource. So, I could ask our master of the hunt, and I think, yeah, that guarantees the success. Otherwise, we'd have to try doing it ourselves, or just abandon the idea altogether. But no, because we can guarantee our success here, we're going to do it that way. So that already brought it up to minus 17%, but our secrecy is up by another 10. So that's nice. It's a good thing. And apparently someone is plotting against me. All right. Someone who's trying to claim the throne. All right. Well, we'll see how that plays itself out. Call to war by our ally? Sure. You know what? I think that's actually, we got a nice opportunity to do some stuff here. So he just started this war. What is it for? So he's going after this single county here, it looks like. No, what is this? No, the Seljuk nomadic invasion of Shirvan. So yeah, they're going for, I suppose, this part of the world here. Alright, so stuff that obviously we're going to have to take for ourselves at some point. But I think for now, I think it's not a bad idea to help him out, if only because we need a little bit of extra prestige. We're not gaining too much of that or piety per month, so this is really just an opportunity to kind of leech off of our ally here. And I'm only going to raise up the men-at-arms and some of our levies here, just so that we can keep our income as high as possible. So these Mashriki populace are going to try to attack us before too much longer. So, hey, we'll have something to do. That'll be more prestige that we can get. And an ally has joined this conflict as well. Interesting. Okay, well, I suppose we can go after these folks here. So we've got a Humayun as our commander. Here's our spy master. Whereas they have someone who's actually better. Jarl Olafur. Really? We have a Norse character controlling this? Huh! Where did you come from, my friend? I wonder if he was an adventurer character or if he did the Varangian adventure invasion or whatever that is that Vikings have, that like Norse characters have access to. Very odd, very odd. But hey, we have Vikings in the Middle East. Who would have thunk? Alright, I think we go ahead and try doing this ourselves. We are slated to win, and if nothing else, you know, it doesn't really matter if we lose the battle. In fact, it actually kind of helps us out tangentially, because it would lose war score for our ally there. He is running away. Where to? Because he was actually in fairly defensible territory. It looks like he's going into a neutral country there. The Winged Messenger. As my scheme moves closer to fruition, swift communication is key. I have an especially clever pigeon which Shahara could use to send an urgent message to me here in Rai if the need arise. So our wife here, who's apparently wearing a full headdress there. Interesting, I've never actually seen that before. But how would I get the bird into the castle of Nishapur? So I could spend some money, and that would have a 70% chance of success to get the messenger pigeon in there. I could, you know, give it to him myself, and then I would become involved, but that would decrease secrecy by 25%. I think I'm going to leave this here. We're already up to a 95% chance of, like, max success, so I'm not really worried about that too much. Now, let's get the Fearful Troops perk here, because this decreases our men-at-arms maintenance per dread by 0.5%. So that's, and you know, we have 91.4 dread, so that's really going to kind of help us out with our overall maintenance. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what he's doing here. If I go this way, I'm just going to kind of chase him down. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Looks like he was trying to help out his other army, and then that's how he got caught. So Hamadan challenged Salome to a game of chess. Okay, I don't see why I need to be notified of that. What is this? Here be secrets. As I lean over to pick up a scripture to study, my daughter Asfane barges into the room, interrupting my tranquil solitude. Father, you won't believe what I found out about Balgisi. She pauses to catch her breath for dramatic effect. So this is our caravan master. What is the secret? He's apparently got a lover. Cool. I don't care. Alright, so did we get a little bit of prestige from that? Does not seem like it, no. So it's all good. We got a kill here. So Ruhullah has killed this guy. Excellent. And that was his first notable kill. Good for him. All right, let's go ahead and turn right back around and help out with this siege. You know, we're honoring our alliance here, at least temporarily. And we have Boars and Hamadan. Cool. So we might actually go on a hunt, although I am quite wary of hunts after all this time, considering everything that's happened in the past. Oh, well, there we go. The war is now over. We did not gain any prestige there, but we did help out our ally, and so, yeah, he'll just have to enforce his demands. The war is over, so how does that change the map? Okay, that's what I thought. It was just that one county. It looked kind of weird because it looked like the territory he already controlled was part of that. Although that might have been like a duchy tier invasion there, so maybe that's why it listed it that way. Just kind of strange how that looks sometimes. And looks like Hadi here, our vassal, has the gold for us to demand payment, and this is because he is, well, how is he related to us? It looks like he's of our dynasty. So, Salman. So very distantly related, because Hadi the First was our cousin, and he was Noor's son. Okay, that makes sense. So he's a very, very distant relative there. So, well, we're going to get some gold off of him. That's what we need. We need as much money as possible. So Mayor Gagik, there you go. He can pay for himself. So now we're back up to 451 gold. And yeah, looks like things are going pretty well. We were invited to a feast, by the way. I just saw that. And we will not arrive in time. Oh well. If they wanted to have me come and join them, they should have invited me sooner. You know, giving me a little bit more chance and opportunity to do so. Okay, well, to that end then, I suppose what we could do is... Part of me was tempted to save up enough money for a grand tournament. Part of me was also tempted to do a grand tour, because we've not seen a grand tour yet, and there's an opportunity for us to gain control, popular opinion, legitimacy, and additional stress loss. And then also, if we do an economic tour, then we could potentially make back whatever money we might spend on actually doing it. So I think that might actually be what we do here. Let's take a tour of our realm. So let's see here. Plan grand tour. We're gonna, I think we will... it's hard to say, because doing a Majesty tour would give us a lot of prestige. We would get dread from an intimidation tour, or we would get a bunch of money. What should I do? I think probably the prestige is a little bit more helpful in this particular case. Yeah, but then also the money. Both of those, you see how I could make a case for either one. What would we do? Let me get out of this. Let's discard our plans here. And what would we do? We're diligent, callous, and lustful. None of that really indicates that we would, like, go gung-ho for the money, right? And we make a very, very good amount of income per month as it stands. So maybe it would actually be better if we go on the Majesty tour. Or the other one. What was it called? Yeah, Majesty tour. So, yeah, to show that I am a just, benevolent, and majestic liege. And this, I think, is going to be helpful as well, because we do have some vassals that don't like us, and, you know, understandably so in some cases. So, let's see. What would we do here? So, we've got all these different locations that we could visit. So it says here, destination selection. The locations you can pick from are displayed on the map. The further away from the previous stop is, the more gold you will spend on the tour. Plan wisely to reduce costs and visit as many vassals as possible. So if we're starting from Rai, I think it probably makes sense... Well, let's see, if I just kind of clicked on everybody. Ooh, hang on a second. I'm trying to see, how can we structure this route? If we click on everything, that's 296 gold like that. Okay, if we clicked on everything else, this would... so we can only have a maximum of 10 steps. And each one, as you can see, costs a little bit here. This would be pretty much all the money that we have. And so some of them would be hosted dinner, some of them would be cultural festivals, some of them would be tour grounds. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Let's see. I think we might I think we might just do this section right here, because we've got some vassals that like us, some vassals that are a little more ambivalent to our existence, and then some that obviously absolutely hate us. Now, I think I'm going to intentionally ignore Yahya here, or rather Ibrahim, the son of Yahya, because that sounds funny. This guy also doesn't like us here, Umayya, and why? Because we're below our legitimacy expectations, we don't have an alliance with him, and he wants a seat on the council. Well, he's not going to get any of those things, I guess, except for maybe the legitimacy. So maybe then we do it like this. We'll visit these locations first, and then we'll go here instead to visit Tefit, although she is about to die, it looks like. She's apparently determined to live. What does that give her? Medium boost and additional stress gain. Or medium boost to her health is what I meant to say. Okay, so she's willing to stick it out. Sorry, I apologize for all the indecision here, guys. I just want to take a look at how much money all of our vassals even have. So they have a decent amount. 106, yeah, a lot of them at least 100 gold. So you know what? I think we do in fact do the taxation tour. That's, you know, we have more to gain from that, I think, and I'd rather just get the money over the prestige. Might be a foolish decision, but hey, that's what we're gonna do. So let's see. That's 9 locations there. Let's add one more. How much money do you have? Not much. Ah, Aram. Alright. So, sure. Ooh, we can't do that. We don't have enough. Okay, never mind. Let's just forget the whole thing, guys. I might actually cut all of that, since there wasn't really anything that we did. We do not need to promote Persian scriptures, because we already got that one bonus from... well, actually... Wait, does our capital still have that bonus? Because it was for 50 years, correct? Yeah, Persian Resurgence. So there was no need for us to do that, and we are taking a hit to our income here. So let's give out some of our territory. So there's that. Shiraz Farsi will go to somebody else. I could give it to our son, and I probably should, but nah. Oop. Yeah, Mashhad. We'll just give it to just some random people. Akbar or Javid. Javid's 25. He'll hold on to that for a little while. And then we'll give away a couple more. This time I'll give it to a Kurdish noble. And then, what's that? So then we have only this territory here. And we're not getting the penalties for it just yet, so we'll hold on to it for now. Okay. Yeah, so we'll just let some time pass. We do have this faction that's going to launch itself in a short order, I suppose. And it looks like the plague is over here, so we'll spare some expense. We'll spare no expense to make that a little bit better for those people. All right, we got to get a new tax collector in here. Apparently, Busir is not doing what he did before. So there we go. Now he's back in that position. Bashang does not have any taxpayers, interestingly. We just don't have enough people in our thing. But also firing him would piss him off, so I'll just do it as it is what it is. Okay, our scheme unfortunately was discovered here. That was a breach, but it did not affect our success chance or anything like that. So we just have to... What the hell? Agent removed from scheme. Oh, it's because Sirhan is now dead. How did he die? Old age. Okay, well, then let's get somebody else in there. Aden. The guy who put together our crown. Why not? And look at that, now we're up to almost 21 gold per month. Now we are at 21 gold per month, and we're going to have even more as soon as I do this. Okay? Fantastic. 23 per month, we're making quite a lot of money. So then, once I build up a little bit more, I think it'll be possible for us to do that tour. Solace in script. We've seen this poetry stuff before. This Norse character over here in Odessa. So why do we have so many Norse characters all over the place? I mean, cool, I suppose. This guy's about to die. He's 82 years old. Alright, so I suppose I can say drivel. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. We'll take the prestige there. I do not care about his poem. Alright, so we can no longer convert faith in the county. Task aborted. Why? This guy has become a constant scourge upon my life. Hazarasp. He always seems to ruin everything I do, and yet the abhorrent man smirks as he does it. Alright, so I guess we're going to murder him. That seems like the most logical course of action here. And we do need to get somebody back into this position. Although I suppose we don't actually need to, considering the success chance there. So I'll leave that open there. And instead, we'll focus on inviting people for this scheme here. Excellent. It's going to be very, very easy. I don't anticipate any issues whatsoever. And there we go. We got someone to fill in every single slot. Anyone who's willing to join us on this? No, they still suck. Okay. And then, yeah, the task was aborted. I was converting the county here, so I guess he must have finished. And looks like our development growth is going to continue here in 4 months, so I'll make sure to... Scheme was breached again? Okay. Well, there we go. Our cultural fascination has finally been completed. We got the mottes, so we've got all the tribal era fortification buildings, so let's go ahead and switch over to arched saddles. I want to get armored horsemen. Absolutely. And Bussir has finally become a novice physician at the age of 57. Good for him. Better late than never, I suppose. Alright. So, could pay 90 gold to give Mahmud a severe health penalty for 7 years. He's not going to last that long. He shall have no gold of mine. The only thing that this does is it would give us an extra 2 advantages, but we already have 10, and by the time we get to the success chance that we need, we'll have more, so I'm fine. Commander has been promoted. So Mukhtar, oh no, this guy, Manushir al-Abhari. Very nice, so he's of a noble house there. Yeah, he shall serve me. He's a pretty decent commander and knight. Oh, and someone wants to purchase a truce from me. 350 gold from where? Oh, from here? Yeah. You give me your money, my friend. Okay, well, I suppose that seals the deal, guys. We're going to go ahead and on a Majesty tour, no matter how much it costs us. And this lady here wants to make us an urn. We don't actually have any decorations for our court, so why not? We have plenty of money to spend, to invest in. We have a court event here. Trampled underfoot. How many times have I told you to stay away from the newly planted lavender? Is that my gardener, Hurmat, I hear bellowing. I turn to see her carrying my daughter Asfane by the scruff of her neck down the hall towards me. Well, we're already off to a really, really bad start here. She's really got to make her case. The child flails wildly, covered in petals and dirt, unable to reach Hurmat's arm. Put me down! I'll tell the Amiran, are you? I'm going to tell my dad. My gardener dumps her cargo in a heap at my feet. That the darned girl has trampled all my hard work, my lord. It will take weeks to undo the damage. Asfane wipes the tears from her eyes and meekly sobs. I was only looking. They are a different color this time. So I could say you will go help and replant them, and there's a chance that she gains the trait of gardener or herbalist or increases her stewardship by 1. That's the most likely option there. And I can say the children may play where they like Hermot, and that wouldn't decrease her opinion of us, and instead our daughter would like us a little bit more. No, I think she has to make this right. It's 175 gold, but let's see if she gets the trait, and she became an herbalist. Very nice. So I think that was worth it there. We do have the opportunity to hold court, but I think I'm going to wait to do that. And in fact, I'm going to wait to do this tour until this faction launches its scheme here. And the inspiration has ended? She's no longer my courtier. What? So did we just lose that money? What happened? Okay, that's very strange. And our accolade here loses rank. That sucks, but whatever. Okay, so yeah, we'll wait for this rebellion to get launched, and Tafit is plotting against us. Okay, well, she's going to be our next target, obviously. And so that will just be what it is. Let me pin her so I don't forget. Where is she? There she is. We're going to pin her, that way she's right there, and I will not miss anything about her. Someone wanted to pay a ransom. 32 gold? That's all that he has? I think he can afford more. Sorry, my friend. Actually, he's not even my friend. I'm using that sarcastically. One morning as I am getting ready to face the day, my daughter Asfane approaches me. Father, we found this while exploring the castle yesterday. You should have it. She hands over a small tattered coin. Pouch. It makes a jingling sound. Wow, 90 gold, just like that. So I suppose that makes up for what we lost. Okay, and they cannot send their ultimatum because they're too weak now. Fantastic. And someone's plotting to kill one of our knights. Oh well. Okay, there we go. So now we have a lot of money. Let's go ahead and do a grand tour. Let's do a Majesty tour and get as much prestige as possible. So I think what we'll do then is kind of snake our way here and do sort of this. And then, yeah, we'll stop here. There we go. So not our whole realm, but I think it's enough for us to consider. Let's get some... Well, we don't have that much danger, so I don't know if we really need the mercenary guards. But we could do a mountaineer, a desert warrior. There we go. So we'll hire a desert warrior. That pretty much gets rid of all the danger that was there before. And we'll go ahead and... Let's see, what else could we do? Modest entourage. We could do a grand entourage, and that increases prestige gain. Luxuries. That's a lot of money, but we're also making a lot. So I guess I'll do the luxurious furniture here. So it increases the starting success of our tour, and we'll have a grand entourage to come with us. We're going to be as fancy as possible. There we go. Huge chunk of change there, but I think it'll be worth it. If nothing else, it'll be entertaining. The time has come to depart for my grand tour of Persia. Oh, it feels so good to be able to call it that. My court is packed, ready, and raring to go. Our first stop will be my Chancellor, Shapur's castle over in Hamadan. I look forward to visiting him and seeing my realm one holding at a time. I am certain that the Orq Grand Emirate subjects will speak of my benevolence for a long time to come. And we immediately gained 500 prestige off the bat there, so great start there. My procession continues down our planned route to Hamadan when we suddenly come to an abrupt stop on Balgisi's command. Stop, you fools! It is said that this road is infested with bandits and scoundrels of low character. We must divert. The route he proposes is longer, but he assures me it is safer. So... okay, so we have no chance of doing this. Because we don't, he's not a fighter by any means. So I suppose we'll take the safe route here. I really don't need him to be wounded. Looks like there's a good chance that he dies before this is even over. So we'll see. Alright, oh goodness, hang on, whoa, there it is. So, the Grand Tour, touring the grounds of Hamadan. So this is our Chancellor, Shapur. My arrival at Shapur's castle in Hamadan is marked with fanfare befitting the Amira Amiran of the realm, and the locals are clearly awed by the grandeur and pomp of my escort. A chance to see my vassal, and whether his situation lives up to the nobility of House Orq, or al-Orq, I should say. Shapur outlines the planned tour and assures me Hamadan is so fair and fine a land that merely gazing on her towns and fields will be entertainment enough. Only time will tell. So we gain some prestige and lose a little stress. Alright, we'll go ahead and just focus on this. Our murder plots are still going on in the background, so I can execute this one because it's already good to go. And goodbye. So we gained prestige because he was our rival, and we lost some additional stress there. So more and more prestige. Okay, and so then we still need to let this one play out for a little bit longer until we get up to that 95%. Okay. As I and my entourage ride along, I hear murmurs echoing through the grounds. I order a boy to ride ahead, and when he returns, he informs me that there is a gang of illegal poachers just ahead of us. This presents an ideal opportunity to inflict some justified pain on some unsuspecting souls, and ingratiate myself with my Chancellor, Vali Shapur, at the same time. I could round up these ruffians and present their heads and hands to Shapur of Hamadan without much issue. So 100% chance of success here. This would get locals terrorized for 15 years, but we would gain some... Oh, this is if he's successful. I see. So there's two different outcomes, despite the fact that it would be a guarantee to succeed. Let's go ahead and just do it. Time for a hunt. And he's horrified. So we gained some dread, and control was increased by 10 there. He lost some opinion with us, but it is what it is. Shapur has been quite the gracious host so far, showing me his lands and possessions with pride, so I'm immediately taken aback when he starts stammering and clearly trying to draw my attention away from an apparently unremarkable door we are passing by. Are you hiding something from me, Shapur? The gall, the nerve, the absolute balls on this guy. I respect it on some level. I take advantage of his moment of stunned, shameful, guilty silence to push the door open, and I'm surprised by what I find. A deposit of food, gold pieces, and general goods. So I can say it's only fair that you share this. And so that would increase his taxes to us for 10 years by 20%, and we get a little bit of extra gold. Yes, we're going to do that. Sorry, don't do that to me. You made a promise, my friend. Okay, what is this? Oh, someone who is coming in to show us fealty. Gets us more prestige and renown. We're just really swimming in it at this point. Okay, shedding this mortal coil. Whoa. As I continue my tour around the grounds of the Arg of Hamadan, I hear unfamiliar voices all around us. Suddenly, I find my entire party surrounded by women in hoods pointing knives and bows directly at me. One of the assassins steps forward towards me and presses her knife firmly to my side. Happy hunting, my lord. We've come hunting Amira Amirans. Though I am at first startled, it quickly becomes clear that this is just an act. The assassin gives me a wink, and I observe that their weapon is made entirely of wood and dull on all sides. They expect me to play along and foil the attempt on my life. So I could say, have at you, sycophant! And yeah, we're going to do that, getting some additional prestige there. So it was just a little prank, bro. And she disappeared without a trace, because she was spawned just for that event there. So, the martial prowess of Nasser is well known within Shapur's court. If you want to discuss plans of attack, the best approach towards sharpening your weapons and wit, you go to him. It is a skill highly sought after and something that intrigues me. I simply must have him in court. So I could have him disappear into the night, and yeah, let's take a more subtle approach in that. And our failure did not go unnoticed. Oh well. He addresses me directly. My liege, I have been contemplating the matter and have come to the decision that I cannot agree to this request. Nasser is far too valuable to me and my court. His gaze starts wandering around the room, awkwardly. So I could say, why trade for something I can take? And I could just forcibly do that. Would gain us some tyranny and a bunch of dread, but we are already pretty much maxed out on dread. So I'll just say that is unfortunate. This is technically within our character traits, because we are callous, but again, it just doesn't really seem that it's going to do too much for us. Nasser, yeah, he's a good commander, apparently a hunchback, but yeah, I don't really need him. It was just something I wanted to try, see if it worked. Okay, a parting demand. I have concluded my royal visitation of Hamadan, and now my procession prepares to depart. Shapur and his court have all lined up neatly to see me part, and with everyone present, it is time to collect tribute for bestowing with him with my presence. So I could ask him for tribute, and if he accepts, we would gain prestige, renown, and our grand tour would become more majestic. Let's do that. And he gave in. Cool. So that made things better for us, and we're very, very close, I think, to our next perk, or our next legacy. Or no, I think it's 1200 for the next one. But we are close to next level of splendor, is what I was trying to say. Hunting prowess. As I continue to tour the grounds of Hamadan, we're still in Hamadan, good God. My host decides to take it upon himself to show off his hunting prowess. With everyone's attention fixed on him, Shapur fails to even graze his target, much to the amusement of my procession. Not surprising considering he's not a fighter. While everyone laughs, I see an opportunity to outdo my host and show everyone how an Amira fires an arrow. I am the better hunter. And there we go, more prestige and more renown. We're just swimming in it at this point. Making good progress towards the next level of prestige. Alright, and our house is now considered noteworthy. I don't think that changes the banner on it, no, but we are a more famous family at this point. Wandering the countryside of Hamadan, I happen across what seems to be a gathering of peasants in a small hamlet. Accompanied by their proud owners, plump and healthy livestock graze, looking good enough to take a bite out of right as they are. The peasants occasionally bring their goods to be judged, analyzing their size and health. They seem, to be holding some sort of festival, and as soon as I'm noticed, they're eager to show me the fruits of their labor. Goodness, I can't talk today, apparently. So I say this is a waste of time. Get back to your fields, gain some dread, lose some stress, and festival disruption for 5 years. I could say we should survey these lands, and you only gain 5 stress because we are diligent. This is technically within our character traits because of our diligent trait, and I think I'll take the gold. Or I could say, how wonderful, I'll judge the contest and additional taxes. And this is not what we're going to do because this apparently is against our character. But yeah, because it says we only gain 5 stress, we'll do this. We'll get the money there. Pays back some of what we spent there. And we're just about ready to launch our scheme. And unfortunately, our caravan master has died. Local justice. We arrive in a small village in Karend Kermanshah to see quite a commotion in the town square. An unfortunate creature is surrounded by furious villagers, and the bleak, hopeless look in her eyes fades and brightens as she notices my procession's approach. My Amira Amidran, these villagers say my actions have made a sinner of me, but it is all lies. Won't you give the Amir Amaran's justice. I'm just, for the purposes of my of talking, I'm just saying king for now on. From now on, true, the evidence seems circumstantial, but a lowly peasant should never speak to their king unprompted. The execution is just. Goodbye. It is what it is. Oops, not what I meant to do there. So we finally made it somewhere else. All right. Mocked with fanfare, they're awed by the grandeur and pomp of my escort. My vassal dutifully receives me with all requisite deference. Zernishan outlines the plan to her and assures me Hulwan is so fair and fine that a land that merely gazing on her towns and fields will be entertainment enough. Yes. So some of these will start to repeat. Okay. We got a new perk. And, oh no! What the fuck happened? Hang on. Our heir died. Shahryar. Oh Allah, how could you do this to Shahryar? If I have sinned, why did you not punish me instead? He was blameless, my perfect son. Life had so much more in store for him. What happened? He drowned? How? Okay, that must have just been a very, very random event there. Good God. Okay, well, we're gonna get Hergeld as our next perk there, so we get additional taxes. That brings us up to nearly 27. But wow, hang on, I need to pause for a moment. Our son died, so... And apparently Vali is not our next heir because this is our grandson. Yeah, so our grandson is now the one who's slated to become our next ruler. Okay, well that's unfortunate, but I guess if you think about it in long terms, that means that when we do start playing as Vali here, then, or I guess his name is Kodadad. Yeah, Kodadad. When we start playing as him, he'll be younger, and so theoretically we'll play as him for longer. Wow. Okay, well, then I guess I'm immediately going to become his guardian, because we need to protect him. He is our current heir at this point. Yikes. Alright, well, hunting prowess. As I continue to hunt the grounds... Alright, so everyone's attention fixed on her. So she actually succeeded here. My host decides to take it upon herself to show off her hunting prowess. With everyone's attention fixed on her, Zernishan of Hulwan slays a nearby stag with what appears to be little effort. While everyone seems impressed, this could be an opportunity to outdo my host and show everyone how a king fires an arrow. So we'll just do that. It's a guaranteed success. And I keep getting out of that just because there's all this nonsense in my way. With my hunting bow at my side, a member of my party alerts me to the presence of a stag just below an embankment near our location. Standing at the edge of the cliff, I should be able to pierce its heart. For a skilled hunter such as I, it should be easy, but not without risk. The ground appears a little unsteady, but with careful footing, I should be able to slay the beast without issue. And yes, wow, we're just gaining, like, renown after renown, prestige after prestige. It's awesome. A risk rewarded. My footing proves true and my aim ever truer as I fell the beast with a single arrow without so much as stumbling over the precarious precipice. The hunting party seems impressed, the grounds filled with the applause of my fellows. My host, Zernishan of Hulwan, personally comes to congratulate me on my kill. With that business concluded, I throw in my kill with the rest and continue on my tour. Very nice. Okay, so I think going forward, guys, if we start seeing repeating events, I'm just going to skip ahead. I might even have to cut because of how many locations we're going to visit. So, alright, so our ward that we took on a little while ago has finally become of age. He is an elusive shadow, so cool. That's going to, I guess, give him very well-rounded stats overall. So, good for him. And he is one of our knights. Let me see. Looks like that needs to update. And yeah, our grandson did accept his lot in life as our ward. There we go. So yeah, Erdogan is a pretty decent character overall. He's got fairly well-rounded stats, and he's going to serve us, hopefully, pretty well. What is this? Shapur says, I've been a very good vassal to you, but surely you understand that I have subjects of my own, too. My current contract is restrictive. Surely you would see the wisdom in making it more lenient. And besides, you do owe me. So, he did have a weak hook on us at some point, unfortunately, so he kind of blocked further changes to his vassal contract. On my tour of Hulwan, I found a rare moment where I'm not being ferried around by my host or being expected to make an appearance anywhere. I see places of worship filling up for the day, shady figures make their way to secret hashish gardens, and beggars lay on the streets pleading for just a crumb to eat. I could say a census must be conducted of this settlement. We would gain gold. I could spend the day in Allah's presence. That increases the majesty of our tour. We gain some piety and popular opinion. An excellent opportunity for charity. We're not going to do that. Or I could say I just want to relax. I think we take the piety here. Yeah, why not? It's free. And we've seen this before, so that's all the same there. And apparently, some people have become friends. Cool. So yeah, we're just going to kind of skip right through this, and why is this not progressing any further? Can I get someone else in here? Yeah. Okay, well, I suppose we'll launch the scheme. 85% chance we'll gain an additional 5% there, or 10%, so let's do it. The gall of his servants. Ah, it did not. Did he die? It did not, and he hates us because we attempted to murder him. So that failed. Wow. Okay, that's unfortunate. We will have to try again at another date if we live that long. So that's going to severely strain the relationship with our so-called ally. As I'm taken to see all the sights in Hulwan, I'm beginning to notice the absolute opulence of it all. Though merely a Valia, Zernishan lives in relative luxury and clearly has more than enough coin to go around. A window tax it is. So yeah, a lot of these events are just going to continue repeating. More renown, more prestige, and our grandson is bossy. And I think we have him follow in his father's footsteps and train him in stewardship. Our own skill, is 15 at the moment. We have a learning of 19, so he has a pretty decent chance of getting a good education there. But yeah, the fact that we did not succeed there is unfortunate. Let's go ahead and blackmail him. And so we might be able to use that for something. It could demand a marriage, which could be interesting. But yeah, so we'll use that, have that ready to go. I could just take some money off of him. How much money does he have? Not much, actually. So I can just kind of keep him a little broke for the time being. But yeah, we're going to have to figure out what to do there. And defeat. I almost forgot about her. We're going to murder her because she acted against us. Now that we have all our people back. Oops, not you. Apparently her marshal doesn't like her either. And that actually reminds me, speaking of court positions, we need a new caravan master. And Alibaba, alright, hopefully he sets up an online shopping center there. Okay. Yep, so back to it then. We're still on this travel. I'm kind of starting to suspect that this is going to be the entire episode. Maybe I shouldn't have done 10 stops, but I mean, hey, it's just going to help us out. We're going to have so much damn prestige and splendor. It'll be great. Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of start skipping through these events here. It's becoming tedious already. And do we... Nah, okay. We're not going to change our focus there. We'll just keep it at justice, because I think that increases our prestige gain. Tax the Vali. Ah! Well... Let's see. Ark of Nehawan seems like a truly an opulent, excessive place with a bloated Vali as its ruler. Everywhere I look, I see signs which all point to one thing, undeclared taxable amenities. Yeah, the livestock count seems much higher than reported. The Vali's abode seems almost luxurious enough to be for a king. Erdogan suggests that I should tax this excess, since Kambiza of Nehawand has clearly not been paying his dues. 60% chance of success there, and it worked. Cool. More money, and I constantly just keep hitting the escape button when I don't mean to. Okay. Kambiza has decided today to show me to his barracks. Line upon line of archers stand at the ready, bows in hand. These are fine soldiers, but it seems a waste to have them idle all day. So I say perhaps they could be managed more efficiently, and not super likely to succeed. But he would gain efficient management for 15 years if it worked. Or I could say I could use soldiers like these. And archer recruitment cost is down by 25%. We're not going to be recruiting anymore, so let's give this a try. If he loses opinion of us, it is what it is, and he did, so whatever. And looks like our son has just gotten married. That was the marriage we set up a while ago. They fulfilled their betrothal. Okay. Only time will tell. Yup. And that is this scheme ready to launch. Goodbye. Defeat, you useless bitch. Okay. Moving on. I am the better hunter. Fantastic. And like I said, we have a new dynasty legacy. So what should we do? Heroes of old. We could potentially get a legend seat for our family. Otherwise, rightful ruler. Warfare. You know, we do a lot of warfare, and increasing the prowess and knight effectiveness of each of our members of our family. I think that might be the way to go, guys. I know I'm kind of metagaming a little bit, but at the same time, no one has, you know, offered any opinions that are detracting from that. So as long as you guys are okay with it, you know, for the most part, then we will. And apparently Noid and Timur have become lovers. Okay. It looks like the very next one is going to be something different. And we have had a son. However, that is not our heir because it is our grandson, as he's more of our, like, direct line there. Alright, so Shahrazad's given birth to a perfect little son. Mahmud there. I don't think we have a character named Mahmud, and he did gain the quick trait there. Excellent. But yeah, after we get to our next destination, it will be something different. It's going to be a hosted dinner, so that I will actually read out. But for these, I'm just going to skip through. And apparently I was on speed 4, and I did not know this. I want this to go faster. Share with me. Oh, he gained a hook on me, so that was how he got that. I see. I'm not going to click that option next time. What is this? Suspicious activity. Having just exited the tavern recommended by Ibrahim, I find myself outside in the shady alleyway. Out of the darkness, a strange sound emerges. As I quietly move towards the sound, curious as to its origins, that's a typo, I catch a glimpse of Bahrad. What is he doing out here in the murky alleyway at this hour? I fruitlessly try to get a better view of what he is up to without making my presence known. But one thing is for certain, and that is that Bahrad is up to no good. So let's learn what secret he's got. And he's got a lover. Okay. We might use that. We might not. Actually, I will get out of this menu for just a second, because we have a lot of money on hand. So we should probably spend it. And actually, I could create a brand new holding. Would not be a bad option. But I think just for now, I'll upgrade the mud brick towers, because that just kind of gives us those additional bonuses there. What about elsewhere? Let's upgrade the barracks. Let's upgrade these watchtowers as well. Why not? Just kind of get upgrades all around. That was a good chunk of our gold, but we're going to make that much more back. Window tax it is. Okay, wait, I should have not done that. I think I said I was going to avoid it. I am the better hunter. A gift fit for a Valia. I find an opportunity to demonstrate my majesty. Could leave a little piece of me behind. Could form a friendship. We're already at the max majesty for this. So I owe no gift. Sorry. Not this time. The challenge. As I finish my meal, another board is placed down in front of me, but this time instead of food, it is topped with the little game pieces. Ah, we're going to have a chess match. My liege, surely you know that I am famed as one of Dalrock's finest chess players, but I wish to play not merely for fun. Perhaps we can make things interesting by putting up a wager. She grins at me, idly twiddling a piece between her fingers in between a match. So if she wins, she would gain a hook on me. If I win, I would gain a hook on her. I shan't ruin my evening with this. Sorry. I'm already kind of sick of this. Truly, the meal this evening has been a delight. I have feasted on all manner of food, savory and sweet, but nothing has quite enamored my appetite like these fine saffron cakes. No matter how many I eat, no matter how much I savor their taste, it simply isn't enough to get them out of my mind. I find myself becoming lost in them with each bite, the flavor bursting into my mouth, bringing me one step closer to experiencing heaven. Though my stomach is packed tight and my clothing is strained, I feel compelled to reach for more. So looks like we have like a less than 1% chance of dying if we did that. Or I could say, no, I must stop. And I think I'm going to do that. Just get the piety there. We've eaten our fill, and we've discovered the Casus Belli innovation. That was, I think, the final tribal technology. So we're fully out of that and into the early medieval stuff. Cool, time for tribute, and she gave in just like the rest. It seems I'm not the only honored guest at Nazila's court. This evening I have sat beside the fascinating Ozgul, and our conversation has left me feeling most elated. Alas, I too should be among the landed class, fair Amira Amiran. If the world were a just place, my righteous claim would be recognized, and I too would have a great dining hall to serve you in. It is rare that one finds such a fascinating person without a home of their own, but is there room at my court for her? Not really. Yeah, be gone. Unexpected wake-up call. I emerge from my slumber after another peaceful night staying with Nazila. As I regain my consciousness, I feel something heavy beside me that wasn't there before. Beside me are enough hashish cakes that I could eat my own body weight in them if I had such a desire. This gift is certainly unexpected, but is it really such a pleasant thing to wake up to? So, yeah, let's have a little stony time here. Why not? Decrease that stress. We have no stress left, and I think actually what I'm going to do is develop capital, because that's going to bring our stress... Oh, only up to 38. That used to bring it up to 80, so I was hesitant to do that in the past. But yeah, we're gonna have our capital grow in development, and actually, that did remind me, I should have changed this earlier. Let's go ahead and increase the development in calm, since it's gonna benefit us a little bit more. Yeah, well, actually pretty close. So instead, let's do it in Kuwar. There we go. That is far quicker, and we'll do it that way instead. Okay, so touring the grounds of Ahwaz. Let's get to it. So this is going to be different. Oh wait, we just did the... Okay, never mind. I just realized we skipped entirely through the dinner. That's what that was. Bountiful Harvest? Yeah. Ooh, castle construction time down by 10% for 10 years. It's not bad, actually. Let's do that. And that additional stewardship experience is nice as well. Okay. Oh, what is this? Disloyal subjects. I find myself curious to see how the lowlifes of Ahvaz live, so I pay a visit to an establishment where the locals seem to be growing quite rowdy. One man stands atop a table commanding the attention of everyone in earshot. What do we even need a Vali for, anyway? Khalil bleeds us dry with these bloody taxes, yet he expects our undying loyalty. The entire building erupts into thumping and applause. Clearly, my Vali is not popular in his own home. So I could say arrest these traitors, and it would not be tyrannical because, we have a fair reason to. I could say do not speak ill of the Vali, have at you, and I could humiliate him, increase the control there, we gain potentially a friendship. Yeah, or I could say these peasants have the right idea. Why? That doesn't really make any sense. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the prowess challenge here. We don't get too many of those, and we, of course, win the fight, because we're awesome. And we got another stewardship perk here. So, I suppose we could start working towards the architect trait, since this would decrease the construction of pretty much everything. And yeah, we need to focus on our realm as much as possible, guys. Okay, chance to perform. As Khalil is showing me around Ahvaz, we come to the military training grounds. All his men-at-arms have assembled, and the air is buzzing with anticipation. Khalil cracks a toothy grin. My liege, we have heard so many stories of your great prowess. I would be remiss to pass up an opportunity to show these soldiers what a real sparring session looks like. Would you spar with Shuja for the good of the realm? So, yeah, I'll show him how it's done. Let's see if we win. And we do. Excellent, so people respect us. Every glory hound, I should say. Alright, tributes. And he refused. This shall not be forgotten. Could we imprison him? It might succeed. Let's try. Yeah, I suppose we can try. It's likely to succeed, and if anybody rises up against us, I think we'll be able to put them down pretty quickly. Alright. The ugly statue. I was warned ahead of time that the villagers of Azam had come together and erected a statue of me. When I arrive and look at it, though, I cannot really process what I'm seeing. Not only is the statue the ugliest thing I have ever seen, but it looks nothing like me. Glancing around, however, I only see proud faces beaming up at me. So does no one else see how bad this is? Could say this is so great. And we're not gonna... Ugly statue for 50 years? Yikes. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Is this a joke? Tear it down. That's, yeah, -5 opinion for the population. Yeah, I can deal with that. That's fine. Okay. We are getting very close to the end of this, and we were successful in imprisoning our guy, so we're gonna negotiate his release. Oh, we could banish him. He wouldn't accept the hook, and that's because of his stubborn trait there, right? Yeah, I wouldn't even do it if I didn't banish him. So yeah, we're gonna banish him. Only 3 opinion for that. As a tyrannical action, I am more than willing to eat that. Hilarious. Okay, so he has been banished, and now someone else controls his territory. Okay, precarious prey. With my hunting bow at my side, stag. Oh yeah, this we've seen that. Oh, he did refuse. Okay, so we could also do the same thing. He is our tax collector, And, ooh, this is far less likely to succeed here. So, let me see. There are some people that do not like us, unsurprisingly. So, let's try it. Well, let me take a look at our factions just before that. Okay, so no one is ready to rise up against us. So, yeah, if he rises up against us, then it is what it is. But no, we were successful. It was not likely, but it worked. Okay, so we could negotiate his release. No, this time I think I'm going to get the... Well, I guess I could just get the money. Either way, it's about the same result, right? Yeah. So we'll just get the money off of him. Extra gold there. Why not? Alright, we're getting close and closer to the end of this. We have only this location left, it looks like. Then we have our trip back home. Staying with vassals and having a change of scenery has been nice, but the constantly changing layouts becomes increasingly confusing. When left to my own devices, I rarely know where to look for commonplace necessities, like where I might find a midnight snack. Haphazardly bungling through Hormoz's castle, I chance opening a door only to find Hormoz and his wife standing precariously close, seemingly on the brink of something intimate. Candles softly light the room, and the sweet smell of lavender fills the air. My vassal betrays a wry smile and beckons me closer. So we could have a little fling with them. Interesting. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna have a little tumble. Alright, what is this? During the tour of Arajan, I'm locked in conversation with my vassal Hormoz about the intricacies of statecraft and bookkeeping when he is interrupted by one of his courtiers. Although the lowly courtier spoke completely out of turn, Hormoz of Arajan strangely did not chastise him and allowed him to speak directly to me. Ooh. Though what he has to say is quite interesting, this breaking of social etiquette has caught me quite off guard. So I could say, I will listen, and that increases our monthly lifestyle experience for 5 years. That's really powerful, actually. Yeah. I think in this particular case, I will listen. On some level, I respect the boldness of this guy. When we see stuff like that, I'm not opposed to it, necessarily. Child of our dynasty. So, our daughter-in-law, who is married to... whomst? Ah, okay, so this one. Yeah, they've had a daughter together. Very nice. Okie dokie. Golnaz, sure. Name them whatever you want. Okay. We are getting closer and closer. Why does this keep going down to speed 4? Alright, have the beast slain and get me another. As I ride through the grounds of Arajan... My ride through the grounds of Arajan is brought to a sudden jolting halt as I feel my prized horse stumble over a rock. Though it is quick to recover and I am only momentarily thrown off balance, I can hear members of my procession snickering behind me. I have been failed by my allegedly prized steed, and I feel a stew of humiliation and rage bubbling in my guts. A king is meant to give off an air of untouchable regality and command the respect of all his subjects, and this incident has thrown off my image of perfection. So I guess we're going to kill our horse. Okay. And if he is feeling generous, then we would gain... or suppose he would pay for it. Okay. No, we had to buy a new horse there. Alright, whatever. We were disappointed in our vassal here. Okay. Spare no expense. Apparently another plague has just ended. And we're getting closer and closer. What you don't see. Hormoz has been quite the gracious host so far, showing me the lands and possessions with pride. Okay, so we've seen this. Yes. It's only fair. Does he accept? I don't know. He avoided the tax. It's time for tribute. Whatever. He gave in. And finally, I think we're done. We're returning home. Let the traitor be known to all, or throw him in jail. So who did this? Ibrahim. Ah, is this... Yes. Throw him in jail. The guy whose family we've just been torturing this entire time. We could execute him, and I think we will. Ooh, public execution. Yeah, we're going to do this instead. Because we do have an executioner, we have the ability to do that. So, he is dead. And now his land is being run by a 1-year-old who has a very, very negative opinion of us, despite not being fully conscious as a human being. A stop on the way. Traveling through the muddy streets of Waramin, people are a rare sight. Empty houses. Derelict. A child plays with a dog in silence, then hides away when he sees our entourage. A local priest points at the lady's home, and we follow. My admired Vahid Oh, right. Yeah, that's us, of course. My admired King Vahid, Naiba Hermat welcomes us in the dusty hallway. It is a big honor to have you visit our humble domain. If you'd like to, please stay for the night and join us for supper. So let's see her character traits. She's diligent, stubborn, and impatient. Yeah, let's see what happens. The oil lamp casts a light so feeble that it's nearly imperceptible. An old servant serves us food, fish, unspiced. Hermat seems a bit too nervous, talking about the difficulties of ruling such a poor area, the impossible taxation. The last priest we had left after just a couple months. Or the last priest we had left after just a couple months, she mutters, putting away the watered wine. She promptly excuses herself to go to the latrine, accidentally bumping into me on the way. I say, what are you doing? You notice that Hermat is trying to steal from us. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Excuse me? Alright. And yeah, we did succeed in noticing that. That's, yeah, this bitch? Fuck this bitch. We're gonna kill her. How dare you? After she invited me into her home, does she not understand the rules of hospitality? Cannot even begin to imagine the gall there. This time, I don't accept it. And as a result of our taxation or our Majesty tour, we are now exalted among men, which means, well, I guess we don't have. Do we need to let it sit for a little bit? Oh, that's right. He doesn't have a kingdom title, so we can't declare for a kingdom. That makes sense to me. Okay, so yeah, we do, as someone who's exalted among men, we have the ability to declare war against an entire kingdom, or at least in theory, right? Maybe once. Yeah, I'm a little confused there. I'm not sure why that's not an option. He's got a kingdom, but it's not giving us that choice there. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. If you guys have any idea, I would appreciate your input there. Let's go ahead and take some money off of our, current rival here. And I suppose we could take money off of our grandson. Is he making some? Apparently he is. Okay. Whatever. We could send the child to university. Alright, that's something to consider, I suppose. This guy and this guy. We'll just take all his gold there. Look at that, we're already back up to 1,000 or 1,100 there. And so we basically made back everything that we spent and more. We still cannot upgrade our castles because of the technology not having been researched, but we will, in fact, research these in 3 years. And I just noticed the date, guys. If you take a look down at the bottom right corner of the screen, as of this moment, we have officially been playing this campaign for 100 years. And I know I said I was going to play for a little bit longer, but I think this might actually be a pretty decent spot for us to stop. Because if you look, we've got a shitload of money, we've got a shitload of prestige, and our house is that much more famous overall. And if that wasn't enough, soon enough we're going to become a paragon of virtue. So it's going to give us the opportunity to, do some more warfare in that case, in that particular case. So, oh, there we go. Holy War for Kingdom. So we can do Holy Wars, but we can't do any of this. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, conquering that duchy. Wow. So this is much cheaper. Okay, so yeah. I think I'm going to actually end things off here, guys. And so I apologize that we didn't really do a whole lot of... we didn't do any conquering whatsoever. And unfortunately, yeah, our murder plot against our rival did not work out in our favor. So we'll have to try again when we can. And we may not even be able to do this as our current ruler. So we'll see. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching this episode, guys. In the next one, we will continue our conquerage. Unfortunately, these wars are rather expensive, but we have the de jure territory claims here, so that will at least help us with these guys. And then from that point on, if we declared against them, yeah, it would be a lot more expensive. So let me see. Yep, but like that was exactly why I wanted to do that Majesty tour there, so that we could, in fact, make that work, make that happen. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate a like on the video, a comment if you feel so inclined, and a subscription to the channel to help grow the audience, grow the Orc Horde, and have it reach all corners of the internet. Maybe someday. Probably not. I'm just being being silly there. But yeah, next time we will continue our expansion. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all next time.